Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account. And as you've seen from the thumbnail, guys, we've been playing around a little bit with the ChatGPT. Put in there what is the top 10 heroes within AFK Arena. And it's funny, you do get some pretty crazy results. So I'm going to go through the AI generated tier list that we see here. Now, by no means is this a tier list, but it's kind of funny to see some of the heroes that are in here and also some of the heroes that we're seeing a solid utilization within AFK Arena. So I'm going to run through the list. I actually have it over here going 10 to number 1. So coming in at number 10 is Alberto, which again is one of the dimensional heroes that is used for pretty much every formation that does contain dimensional heroes. So again, top 10 heroes for AFK Arena according to the ChatGPT. Alberto is coming in at number 10. Now, a warrior hero, which of course we know she's a tank, that can deal massive area damage and apply debuffs to the enemies, which I guess that's exactly what she does. Didn't really go into the buffing aspect that she provides with them. But again, as the AI goes through and as the AI learns, it will get better, guys, with time. Now, the next one that it goes, number 9 slot, what it gave me is Mahira. Now, we know, of course, guys, Mahira is utilized within the campaign, a lot of formations. The Charizard still seeing an incredible amount of gameplay, which is interesting because most of the heroes on here are still seeing gameplay. So it is getting smarter as we go through and it actually learns. Mahira, of course, works at a very basic level, just having one copy, up to where we have her with the furniture, the signature item, everything that we have built on her. Now, ultimately, you'll get to a point where you do build her out considerably higher with the survivability issues that we can see from some of these heroes. Building her out is beneficial. Now, in here, it says a mage hero that can charm enemies and provide healing to allies, which again, pretty cool. They got it pretty spot on right there. Now, coming in at number 8 is Flora. So Flora is coming in at number 8. Unfortunately, utilization for me personally, I really don't use her, but I know a lot of players that said use her in a couple different formations, including the Thorn Cheese, guys, that she will be effective in there. Now, overall, it says a mage hero that can heal allies and increase their attack power. Don't think she can increase the attack power if I remember correctly. But it almost has her over there as a buffer. But again, a little bit of utilization with Flora, guys. Very cool to see her within the tier list of what they think the top heroes are. Now, coming in at number 7 is Athalia. Now, this one, guys, pretty spot on. Athalia is still seeing a lot of play in different formations. Campaign formations, she is still being used. Also, a lot of utilization within the treasure scramble right now. One thing with Athalia, guys, the 9 of 9 furniture, very important. Signature item and also the engraving, very important on here. This actually gives her a very, very big buff when you get that 60 engraving. Also with the furniture. The furniture really big, guys, right here. Strikes an enemy every 15 seconds, utilizing the same damage and AoE range as Divine Fury. That is right, guys. Every 15 seconds, she is getting more damage. Now, she is one of the pivotal heroes when it comes to the Celestial Tower because of the damage that she's putting out within that specific game mode. Damage is what we kind of lack in that game mode, so it's very cool, again, to see her falling into number 7 in the Chat GPT tier list. Now, coming in at number 6 is Ezio. So again, guys, a lot of utilization with the awakened version of Brutus. We're seeing Ezio, of course, have been running with a lot of Ainz teams, even utilization within the Treasure Scramble. A lot of game modes, not really a lot of utility, but even thinking of the Temporal Rift, guys, if you're running Ranger, players are running Ezio for the insta-kill ability, and there is still very, very prevalent in AFK Arena. Of course, guys, building him out with the plus 30 signature item, 9 of 9 furniture, starts or gains 500 energy points at the beginning of battle. Guys, that is 50% to the ultimate ability at the very start of battle, which is huge when he comes out of the gate, guys. And then, of course, each enemy he kills triggers the smoke bomb with the plus 30. Now, plus 20 is good. Plus 30 is the survivability of the team because of the smoke bomb that he does drop, increasing again the survivability of the team. Now, coming in at number 5 is an old favorite, guys, which is Soros. So Soros, of course, being one of the original boss killers, guys. If you were playing when Soros was released, probably 2.5, 3 years ago now, when Soros came out, Soros was what Scarlet is nowadays, what Awakened Belinda kind of is turning into now. Soros was the ultimate boss killer, guys. Not only that, is with the plus 30 signature item on Soros, this gives, when this no longer stacks, he can literally carry a whole entire team with the healing aspect that he gets from this. It is super, super imperative that he doesn't lose the stacks. He can stack 5 high. When he gets 5, it just crazy heals because of the attack rating. And again, but if he gets the interruption, so if he gets stunned, anything like that, it goes back to 0 stacks. So it kind of resets. The furniture on him, not too important. The engraving on him, again, not too important. The furniture does give him a little bit of survivability. So as you're progressing, as you're pushing through the Wilder Tower, can be very beneficial for building him out. But again, he is coming in at number 5, still seeing some utilization within this tier list. Now coming in at number 4, super stoked to see, guys, is my boy Damon. That is right, guys. When you look at early game, mid game, late game, end game, even when you look at like pretty much the Rift, when we look at the Curse Realm, Damon is still being used. Damon still has an incredible amount of utility. Over here it says a tank hero that can deal high damage, regenerating health and shielding through his abilities. So again, I feel like the GPT has him pretty much on point. Of course, you don't have to build him out this high, but it does work with the plus 20 signature item, the 9 of 9 furniture. And because of his utility, and I get this question a lot, guys, because of his utility, if you do engrave him, not really a big loss because he still is being used. Getting him to this plus 30 can make a big difference because duration of blood shield lasts for 7 seconds instead of 5 seconds. So again, this can be kind of a very case-by-case basis, but you also do have to remember is when you're building him up, if you do take him to this plus 30 signature item, he is getting additional stats across the board. Same with the furniture, additional stats. Same with the engraving is a lot of additional stats, guys. Any hero that you build up higher is, of course, going to perform a little bit better than not having them engraved and really, really focusing on them. Now we get into number 3, guys. Number 3 drops in Arthur. Arthur is right there, guys. Of course, the Pendragon Arthur, such a prevalent hero in formations. Again, when you looked, using him with Ainz, using him with a couple different other heroes, he was the number 1 for the longest time. King Arthur, I absolutely love. As of now, guys, not really any utility for him. We do see him occasionally. I've seen him in the Leonardo and the Raku comp, but overall, guys, the viability or really usage has went down a ton with Arthur. Fundamentally, he still works, but again, as we continue to see the combat rating creep and the power creep, he has kind of fallen out of the meta formations, really just kind of backseated to a lot of newer heroes. Now looking at number 2 or number 3, it says a tank hero that can shield abilities and reflect damage back to the heroes. Now looking at number 2 of this tier list, guys, and I love this one, it is the original version of Taline. That is right, guys. The tier list doesn't contain any awakened heroes, which we know they've been out well over a year now, but the original version of Taline is still being utilized, guys. First Realm, we're seeing Taline. Even in the Treasure Scramble, we're seeing Taline. In the Grand Hunt, the one that we just did, still seeing Taline. Taline still has an incredible amount of utility. And you can see, guys, we continue to build this hero out higher and higher to keep the combat rating. Now, again, Taline was an absolute game changer, guys. She was the actual first hero. When she died in combat, she would resurrect herself, which was awesome. It was a game changer, similar to what we've seen with Ainz. Just kind of changed the dynamic of AFK Arena, and we had the players that had Taline, and we had a whole list of players that did not have Taline, which kind of broke it between both of those. Now it has a healer hero that can revive fallen allies, which she doesn't. It's just herself, and provides a very substantial healing, which I like. And then, guys, one of the big reasons I had to do this tier list, it shows number 1 based on their tier list as my boy Rowan. My favorite hero in AFK Arena, all tricked out there with his rubies and diamonds and his gold satchel. A support hero that can provide energy and healing to all of his allies. Now, of course, guys, Rowan, early game, mid game, is the pivotal hero with this plus 30 signature item, giving this potion. So even when you think of a hero like Ezio, where comes out, has 500 energy, drinks a potion the second he enters battle, already up to 900 energy right at the beginning of battle, which is really, really cool for this hero. Also provides a lot of crowd control, still has a ton of utility, guys. We still see this hero in the Charizard comp. We still see him in a couple campaign comps, still does incredibly well in a couple different game modes, including the Temple Rift, because of his ability to heal when players need it or when heroes need it. With that being said, for instance, if you have a hero that hits a certain point, they're going to drink one of Rowan's potions. If you have a overhealing that is going on, like a lot of old school heroes like Namora, even Taline, guys, the overhealing really doesn't benefit anyone. So Rowan is kind of a clutch healer, which is the reason why I absolutely loved him. When you needed healing, the potions are there available. If you don't need the healing, if you have a shielding aspect, something of that nature, the potions will not be utilized, guys. So, all right, so that will break it down, guys. That is the GPT tier list that I definitely wanted to cover. Something a little bit different, something a little new. So, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.